Hi, I'm John Potoshnik. I was looking on my front porch the other day and there was a box there from KraftGeek. And I was expecting it. They had contacted me and about this new easel that they have created. It's called KraftGeek Inspire Easel. And they sent me one and they asked me if I would do a review for it. And so I'm delighted to do that. This is the KraftGeek Inspire Easel. As you can see, it's just a beautiful work of art, beautifully designed. Everything fits tightly. It's almost a work of art, and it's an easel I think that would just be nice to set around the house as a display easel. But it is designed for artists to paint from. You just kind of hate to get paint on it. It's so beautiful. It's made out of aluminum. The overall height is just over 19 inches, the width 4 inches, and then the depth just 2 inches. So it's very portable, and it also only weighs just under 4 pounds. So it's very light, very portable, and easy to handle in every way. It's a very simple design. There's only 2 or 3 things we've got to concern ourselves with. So I will demonstrate those for you. All right, this easel is very easy to handle. Just pull out the sides on this, you can see, and then you slide this down. Oops, sorry. Like that, slide that down. And then there's a leg on the back, you pull that out, and you can see push that down, and you have it. So I'm gonna set it down here and show you what that looks like. It's got rubber stops on the bottom there. So it's pretty sturdy. This would work really as an outstanding easel for someone that wants to sit down at a chair and put this on a tabletop and work from it. That works really good. Or it is designed for also if you wanted to paint plein air or stand when you painted. But I'll talk about that in a few minutes about the legs and all that. But this is perfect for a tabletop easel, I think. Probably ideal for that, or for someone that wants to sit and paint. There are some neat little things here. These are the notches or the levers, top and bottom here, that you put down, and your canvas would fit in this. So the space on these openings right here, if you can see that, that's about 3/4 of an inch. So it holds just like a regular canvas size, and the same at the top. So this distance from here to here is 11 some inches. So really you would need a canvas that's in the 12-inch range to be able to be held by these little holders here. So you need something that's at least 12 inches wide. And then this here is about, I think about 16 inches. 16 inches tall. So this easel will easily hold a canvas that is 12 by 16. But I'll show you something here on the back, which is a really nice little feature. Back here, do you see this knob? That knob right there. If it's turned to the left, it means it's open, and then you can grab this here, and this will extend your ability to hold a canvas up to 24 inches, and then you turn that knob to the right, and it locks it in place, so it's not going anywhere. So now you have a easel that will hold something at least 12 inches wide, but 24 inches tall. So that's pretty handy for an easel that's this small. It's really a nice feature. Okay, so again, this little knob right here is really handy. Just turn it to the left, and you can adjust this at any height you want, and then you just turn the knob to the right, and it locks it in place. So that's a really nice feature. So you can go anywhere from 16 inches vertical up to 24 inches. Works really good. Let me talk about the legs on this. The legs on this, you just turn it, open it up, turn it to the left, and they'll pull out. And they're extensions. They're very nice, long extensions. You can see, I don't know if you can see that. But if you have the legs fully extended, it will give you an easel height of about 50 inches. And all the legs do that to the same degree. Just turn that and pull it out. Push it back in, turn it, and it locks it. Okay, one of the other really nice features of this is this lower part of the leg here. If you can see that, they're kind of hard to read at this point, but they're measurements. So if you wanted your easel to be perfectly level, you would just pull each one of these legs out, the 3 legs, and line them up onto the right number you wanted, and then lock it in place. And your easel, when you set it down, would be perfectly level all the way around. That works great if you're in the studio, but if you're out on location or something on uneven ground, it would not work that well. That's why I always like to have a level with me. So I would take this, if I was using this easel to paint on location, I would have this level and I would lay the level on top there. And when it was centered, I know then that my easel's centered. And those legs will probably not be the same length on each side. So that's something I would think, if you're going to use this easel on location, always have a level with you. These hold down feet here, there's one here and 2 down here. I told you that the ones down here, you need to have a canvas that's at least 12 inches wide. But if you measure those, they are basically 3/4 of an inch from there to there. So you would need a canvas. If you wanted this to be really solid, your canvas to be solid in there, you'd need to use a canvas that's, 3/4 of an inch, a typical canvas that you would stick on there, and then you would pull this up and it would set into there like that. And that's how it would set. And that's nice and secure, no problem with that. The one thing that would be different is if you work like I do, and I oftentimes work on masonite or small boards that are 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch, they're going to flop around in here. So there would need to be a way that they could be secured so that it won't keep moving back and forth on you. So that would be one of the things that I think could be a hindrance to some, but not to others, and there's ways to get around it. For instance, I like to work on either 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch panel. What I would do in that case is I would find a lightweight board of some sort that was 3/4 of an inch and use that as my foundation board, and then I would attach with tape or whatever the panel, or I work on paper a lot. I would attach that to that hardboard surface, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the surface moving around on me as I'm working. So that would be one thing to certainly consider, how you like to work. Remember, the other thing about this particular easel is you can see there's no place for your paint. So you're either going to have your paint in front of you, like, I'm so used to working on a perchade box where the canvas and the paint are right in front of me all together, and I like that. In this particular situation, you'd have to work different, and that you would have to have your paint separate. So in other words, you either put it on a table in front of you or off to the side, or you'd have to hold your palette in your hand and mix your paint off of that. All right, as you see on this is slightly tilted back. Do you see the angle? It's tilted back like that. So if you I like to work more upright, so what you'd have to do is raise the easel like that, then loosen this leg and pull it down and tighten it. Now that'll give you an upright, configuration. and you would put your canvas on here. The thing also you need to know is with all these legs fully extended, the height on it comes to about 50 inches. I'm 5'7". So with the legs pushed all the way in, it'll come up to about here, about to this height on me, but then it's slanted back. It's tilted back like that. So you're working about down here like this. I'll be working down like this, and it's at an angle. So if you wanted it upright, you'd have to lower the front legs a bit and extend the back legs so that it's upright. And if you work upright like I like to, where it's straight in front of me like that height, it only comes to about 45.5 inches, which is quite a bit lower. So that would be why I think this easel works especially well for a tabletop easel, or a, if you're seated somewhere and then happen to have your paints in front of you on a table, or some sort of way to hold your paintings there. So that's why I think it works best for you. Unless you're a very short person, this works fine for painting in plein air. But for a person, and I'm short, but for a person that's quite tall, it will be quite awkward to have this low. So my recommendation for this, in most cases, is going to be use it as a table easel, or one that you would, you could have it beside you on the floor and be seated in a chair and work off of it that way. Well, to sum up, I think this is a wonderful easel. It's like any easel that we use, though, it becomes a personal choice. Some easels work for some people and not for others, and vice versa. So, but as far as construction goes, the quality of this, and if you understand that it's probably best working off of a table, or out of a chair with your paints in front of you or beside you, one of those, this would work really fine. On location, it's probably a little bit short for most people. But overall, if you want a nice little easel, I think the price is $149.99. Please go to KraftGeek.com and you can order one of these, and I know you'll love it. I think I spoke of the rubber stops on the bottom. That makes it really secure. If you have it on a table or whatever, it's not going to slide around on you. So overall, good deal, and I'm glad to be able to review this for KraftGeek.